In 1939, the world was introduced to one of the most iconic and enduring comic book characters of all time, the Batman. Across the years, there have been many incarnations of Batman across media. Today, we're here to handpick characteristics from movies, television, animation, and video games to create the best Batman. There's a reason Batman doesn't patrol San Diego. Gotham should be the only city that could create a hero like Batman. Gotham is the place where Batman makes perfect sense, so it must have as much personality as the Dark Knight himself. That's why Anton Furst's nightmare-fueled version of Gotham, featured in Batman '89, and Bo Welcher's otherworldly touch from Batman Returns takes this spot. From cathedrals that seem to stab the sky, to its winding back alleys, this version of Gotham is a place out of time. It's out of step with our world, so we can truly believe that even the justice here comes from a brooding, possibly monstrous place. This Gotham cannot be tamed by conventional law enforcement. Its criminals need someone or something else to remind them that they are a superstitious and cowardly lot. That's why the Gotham City from Batman '89 and Batman Returns gets our vote. Batman is the Dark Knight, and every knight needs armor. Every Batsuit has its own special capabilities and aesthetics, but we think the one that provides the most bang for the buck is from the 2011 Batman video game, Arkham City. While being perhaps the best Batman video game ever made, it also features the most versatile Batman suit. Not only does its Kevlar weave provide protection from blunt force trauma and ballistic weapons, it also comes with an abundance of built-in tech. It's got communication and analysis devices in the gauntlets, while the cowl contains a collection of enhancements from optimized hearing to detective mode, which boosts his already formidable forensic capabilities. This enables him to find and analyze clues, as well as determine where enemies are and whether they are armed. The cape allows Batman to traverse the entire city by gliding through the air, and it can disorient enemies during close quarters combat. Add up all of these factors, and you have the most useful Batsuit of all time. This one may be controversial, but the most versatile and stylish on-screen utility belt was in the classic 1966 Batman television series. The pouches were revolutionary. Up until that time, Batman's belt was normally depicted as bright yellow, and its compartments were thin tubes. The 1966 gold belt popularized depicting it with slightly more realistic pouches, and boy were those pouches filled with everything Batman could possibly need. It contained a fold-out bulletproof bat shield, a remote-controlled device for the Batmobile, sleep gas, and of course, awake gas. It also contained 100 other things, including bat earplugs when the action gets too loud, and bat antidote powder for any poisons he encountered. Finally, it even contained bat shark repellent, just in case Batman ever found himself out to sea. This is the first utility belt to become an iconic symbol of Batman's scientific acumen and overwhelming preparedness. This is the one that changed the game, and though it was played for laughs—
Where'd you get a live fish, Batman?
The true crime fighter always carries everything he needs in his utility belt, Robin.
there's nothing funny about its cultural impact. Batman has always been one of the best hand-to-hand combatants around, but in Batman vs. Superman, we were finally treated to a fluid, gymnastic, brutal fighter that would strike fear in the hearts of villains and even some police. We've always imagined Batman finding smart ways to take out multiple armed bad guys, but in Batman vs. Superman, this ability is unleashed in the most convincing fashion. He disorients his enemies with pyrotechnics and smoke. He disables their weapons to even the playing field and hits them with bone-crushing blows you could practically feel. And though his armor does come in handy, it's his physical and mental prowess that wins the day. Batman vs. Superman shows a fighter so good, so impossibly fast and cunning, that villains would swear there's no way the Bat is just a man. More than nearly any other character, Batman is known for his rogues gallery. Two-Face, the Penguin, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, Catwoman, Clayface, Clock King, Ra's al Ghul, all have at one time or another given the Batman a run for his money. But he will always have but one true archenemy, and that's the Joker. The best Joker is a subject for much debate. In a tremendously hard choice, we're going to have to go with Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight, an unpredictable combatant who may not even know his own origin.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Heath Ledger's Joker shows just how creepy this killer clown could be. He pushes the Dark Knight to the limits of his own sanity, sends him on wild goose chases to test his resolve. He also strikes physical and emotional blows that threaten to send Batman into a disgraced retirement. It is said a hero is only as interesting as his villains, and this Joker makes for an utterly fascinating Batman. As final exhibit in our case for Ledger being the best Joker, we posit that in every proper depiction of Batman versus the Joker, in the end, Batman must bring the villain in alive, as he does in The Dark Knight. After everything the Joker has taken from him, Batman still shows his tremendous resolve and his overwhelming belief that there are some lines a true hero can never cross. Batman belongs on rooftops, perched on gargoyles, overlooking his city. But there are times when running, leaping, and gliding are simply not a fast enough means of transport. Enter the Batmobile.
Does it come in black?
In Batman Begins, we get our first Batmobile that isn't just a super fast ground-bound car. The Tumbler is capable of leaping from roof to roof, just like Batman. Its gadgets and all-terrain capabilities are an extension of the Dark Knight's versatility, and its durability symbolizes Batman's toughness. It's as intimidating to other cars as Batman is to other men, and when you see it coming down the road, you make way. Batman and Robin have gone through hell together since 1940, but if we're trying to determine who can fight alongside the hero as well as provide emotional support for the man, it's got to be Catwoman. She understands what it's like to mold oneself into a nocturnal creature. She too hears the siren song of the Gotham Knight calling to her. She too sought out the training she'd need to take Gotham by storm. Only she can satisfy his need for challenge and adventure in every aspect of his life. There are no secrets between the two, no walls. In each other, they have found the perfect partner and the perfect foil. The Bat and the Cat are perfectly matched, and their will they or won't they has been a joy to watch for nearly 70 years.
It's over, Scarecrow.
Batman's voice is an instrument.
Joker.
It should be able to strike terror in evildoers,
That's not the answer I want.
but it should also be able to soothe a crying child.
Hey, Dick. How you doing?
It should rumble from the heavens, and it should whisper from the darkness.
I'll be very grumpy.
Kevin Conroy's depiction of Batman in Batman the Animated Series is that perfect instrument. Rich and sonorous, Conroy's Batman speaks and everyone listens.
Reach for me! You have to trust me!
It isn't just some gruff parody of a voice. It isn't transformed by machines. It's a powerful tool used wisely and judiciously.
All your power and money has bought you as an empire of misery.
Batman's voice is an implacable, powerful force, undeterred by any opposition.
This madness ends now!
But it also communicates that he is just a man.
Good people still live in Crime Alley.
You can hear his power and his hurt, his heart and his fury.
Let me help you find a cure. Get out of here! The place is wired to explode!
This Batman is indeed just one man, but his tone lets you know that this man can accomplish anything.
I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman!
Bruce Wayne, playing the ineffectual, self-absorbed playboy, has long been a staple of the Batman comics, animation, and movies. He uses this persona to show the world what they expect out of a millionaire socialite and philanthropist, ensuring that no one would suspect that he moonlights as a relentless creature of the night. However, it has long been posited that Bruce Wayne is the mask, and Batman is his true face. So with that in mind, we've decided that the best Bruce Wayne is from Batman Beyond. In Beyond, we see a Bruce Wayne who has gotten too old to strike fear in criminals and has no use for a public alter ego. Yet the war on crime goes on, and when a young Terry McGinnis shocks him out of his malaise, he must put his ego aside and even his fear. He finds new purpose as a mentor and support staff for a new Batman. This shows his evolution from one man brooding over personal trauma, addicted to the adrenaline rush of adventure, to one who realizes that even if it can no longer be him, the world needs Batman. So that's our best Batman from the existing comics, TV shows, video games, and movies. He'd roamed the Gotham City from Tim Burton's films. His suit would be as advanced as the one in Arkham City. His utility belt would be as inexhaustible as the one from Batman 66. He would fight like the Demon Unleashed in Batman vs. Superman. He'd wage a never-ending war with the supremely devious and creepy Joker from The Dark Knight. He'd drive the unstoppable Batmobile from Batman Begins. His partner would be the capable and beautiful Catwoman from the comics. He'd sound like the great Kevin Conroy from Batman the Animated Series. And he'd have the wisdom and experience from Batman Beyond. With all of these combined attributes, criminals of Gotham better beware. The Dark Knight is coming for you.